All right, advanced algebra 1, transformations of piecewise defined functions. And really what we're going to do, what's important to me here is just the transformations of absolute value. And we did that with that activity that we did with all that graphing. We already looked at those transformations. And in the first section of this chapter, I went over it again. So really that's what we're going to look at. Lean a little bit heavier on, yeah, you have to know the vertex. Yes, you have to know the axis of symmetry. And from there, okay. So here's what I've summarized it as. This is in the form of what we would call graphing form. Oops, threw my mic over. The reason it's in graphing form is because I can look at it and I can tell you where the vertex is. I can tell you whether it opens up or down, and I can tell you the axis of symmetry. So it's in graphing form. The vertex is the ordered pair H, K. So coming over here, the vertex, I take the opposite of what's with the X, so it's going to be positive 3, and then I take the same sign of what's with the thing outside the absolute value. So the vertex for this one is 3, 4. Okay. The axis of symmetry is X equals H. It's the vertical line that goes through the vertex. So the axis of symmetry over here, X equals 3. Okay. If A is greater than 0, that absolute value opens up. If A is less than 0, that absolute value opens down. In my example, I have a 2 out front, so this absolute value opens up because it's positive. Okay? And then we're just going to graph that thing. So the vertex is 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. The axis of symmetry is that vertical line that goes down through there. Okay. And then I can plot points. The slope is 2, so I could also just rise 2, run 1, going both directions, rise 2, run 1. And then I could go again if I had room, but I don't have room. So I am going to quit there. And that is, ooh, I missed. Sorry. And that is that function. And basically that's what we're going to be working on. I am not going to be assigning problems where you're translating the step functions. So, next problem. You know, as I said, we want to identify the vertex first. The vertex for this problem is opposite of what's with the X, so -1. And there is no thing written out here. So that means that the Y coordinate of the vertex is 0. The axis of symmetry is the vertical line X equals -1. And then we can graph that, -1, 0. And then, I would probably plug in 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And the absolute value of 1 is 1 times -2 is -2. And then using my axis of symmetry, there's a point directly on the opposite side of that. And then I would plug in +1. 1 plus 1 is 2. The absolute value of 2 is 2. And 2 times -2 is -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I would use the axis of symmetry to get that point over there. And then draw in your absolute value. Okay. My next example has something on the outside of the absolute value, but nothing in with the x. So that means your vertex is 0, -4. Your axis of symmetry is x equals 0. Okay? And then we're ready to graph. 0, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this particular absolute value opens up. I know that because the 3 is positive. And I could have said that for this one as well. I know before I even graph it, this opens down because the number in front of the absolute value is negative. Okay. So then we have graph. So 0, -4. If I plug in 1, 3 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 minus 4 is -1. And then again, I can use my axis of symmetry to get the point on the other side. And then I can plug in 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 4 is 2. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. And there we go. Our graph. Okay. One more example. Okay. It says numbers everywhere. Vertex, the opposite of what's in with the x. So this is -1. So my vertex is +1. The same as what's out here. So that's +1, +1. The axis of symmetry is x equals 1. And this absolute value opens up because the 2 out here in front is positive. So I plot the point 1, 1. I plug in 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I get 2 plus 1 is 3. And then I use my axis of symmetry to get this other point. And then I plug in 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. And axis of symmetry tells me there's another one over there. And then there, oops, ooh, I knew I was going to miss that one. There we go. That's it. Okay. And that's transforming absolute value. You know, again, we're transforming all this from the parent function. So good deal. Ask questions. That's the end of the topic 5. So we'll be coming up on a chapter test. And seek me out if you need help.